How you doing? Alex here. Take a spin through Salem, maybe through Albany. It's a beautiful day. It's like 73 degrees out. Don't really have any topics to talk about. Well, I do have one. I was reading on the news about how these cities and counties are increasing the price on automobile tickets just to generate revenue for their shortfalls. And I certainly don't agree with it. I don't get very many tickets, but I hear they're going to be very aggressive about it. And even when it's a they would normally let you off on something, you know, they're going to nail you on it and have you pay these exorbitant prices. And I'm not talking like, you know, $10 or something like that. We're talking like $100 tickets going to $300. And I don't think it's all that fair, and that why should people commuters and people who take their cars have to be the only ones paying for their budget shortfalls. I have a better suggestion. Why don't we cut the non-essential jobs out of the government in these counties, instead of having to make the citizens pay for it. I mean, why is it always the citizens have to pay for everything? And I think the government should treat their finances like everybody else does. Hey, if you can't afford it, you gotta make some cuts. You gotta trim the fat. I mean, you know, everybody goes through that, you know. Prices go up, you know. What do? We take less vacations, work more overtime, you know. We certainly don't try to make other people pay for it. We have to pay for it ourselves. So the government should live within its means like everybody else, you know. And I'm sorry for all those people who work for the government, but you know, it's like everywhere else. You know, you got a job and they have to make layoffs because the economy gets bad. I'm a business owner, so I understand this. I think the local governments need to understand this as well. They need to treat their financial woes the same way everybody else will, by being frugal and cutting back on non-essential stuff. You know, it just makes sense. I mean, it's the same way the government should be handling it too, as well. And I don't see why they don't. So, I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels this way. You know, I just don't understand why the government doesn't feel this way. And what about when, you know, they have a budget for a certain project, and say they go under that budget, They feel the need to spend the money because it's there, so they don't have to give it back. Why not give it back? Why spend every nickel? You know? Put it in a savings account. Or let the government redistribute it to someplace else where they're over budget. You know, I don't think these local governments and the government think like the citizens or even care. But I truly believe they need to treat their finances like they would treat their own personal finances. I don't think pay reductions are not uncalled for when it comes to, like, you know, mayors and governors who have pretty hefty salaries. I mean, when times are good, they give themselves raises. So why not, when times go, you know, not so good, give yourself, you know, cut your pay a little bit. I'm not saying go broke or something like that, but, you know, give yourself a 10% reduction just until the economy improves, or until you meet your budget. I mean, if you're within your budget, fine. I'm gonna go this way because I haven't gone this way before. Oh, no outlet, never mind. Now I know why I haven't. I've taken this road before, but maybe like once or twice. So I'm just going out for a ride and just pick a road and go down it. I know there's some great roads back here, but I should have looked at a map before I took off today. Anyway, we were talking about the local governments. Well, I guess that's my biggest beef with that. Let me know what you guys think about that, or how you feel.